Humans aren't really among the tallest beings on Earth, but there really are real giants that exist among us. It's hard to stand out among 7.9 billion people all around the world, but these guys tower over everyone. The average height varies in each country, for instance. European men and women are known to be the tallest humans in general, and in average, the Asians are the smallest. In fact, for so long, the Netherlands holds the title of having the tallest people in the world. However, once in a while, people that surpass the average are born. These people break the statistics because of their height. These people, from Yao Defen to Aaron Reed, here are 15 real-life giants that exist today. Number 15. Yao Defen. Yao Defen is a woman from China who measured about 7 feet and 8 inches tall and weighed 346 pounds. She was once the tallest woman verified by the Guinness World Records. She was born on July 15, 1972, to a modest family of farmers in Shuqian County of China. At the age of 11, she already stood at 6 feet and 2 inches. In a small village, word travels fast, and in just a few years, news about the tall girl spread around the world. In a country where the average height of a woman is about 5 feet, her height as a teenager definitely amazed and bewildered many. It was a blessing that many people noticed her height, because medical practitioners all around the world wanted to help her. Yao's gigantism was caused by a large tumor in her pituitary gland. In 2002, a hospital in Guangdong removed her tumor. Doctors specializing in her case helped Yao, despite her financial problems. She remained in the hospital where doctors tried to regulate the production of her growth hormone, and they succeeded for the most part, but it still remained to be a problem, although the treatment helped her to walk with crutches alone. However, in 2012, Yao died from an unknown ailment. Number 14. Sandy Allen. The story of Sandy Allen is quite the same as Yao's. Allen was born in Chicago in 1955, and she was born normally, just like an average infant. However, she had a tumor in her pituitary gland which caused excessive growth hormones to be produced. Allen had been ostracized much of her life because of her height. Allen grew up with her grandmother in Shelbyville, Indiana. Her bed was placed in the dining room because it was too big to fit in her room. At school, she felt out of place, and she also couldn't take advantage of her height in sports because she was too uncoordinated. In 1974, Allen's coworkers asked her to send her height to Guinness to try and see if she could achieve the title of being the tallest woman in the world. She held the title, and she appeared in the Guinness Book of World Records back in 1976. She slowly gained public attention, and she soon landed a role in a movie, and she was even invited on a few TV shows. However, she also captured the attention of medical professionals which urged her to remove the tumor in her pituitary gland. Her career was just starting to rise, but removing the tumor may mean that she might go blind. Allen ignored this and instead took a job as a living exhibition at the Guinness Museum in Niagara Falls. In her final years, Allen had difficulty walking, and she suffered from blisters in her feet. She died at the age of 53 in 2008. Number 13. Robert Wadlow. Robert Pershing Wadlow, affectionately nicknamed as the Alton Giant and the Giant of Illinois, was the tallest person in recorded history. Robert Wadlow was 8 feet and 11 inches tall. He truly is the tallest person to walk on Earth, at least in recorded history. He also holds the title for the world's largest hands at 12.75 inches, as well as the world's largest feet at 18.5 inches. And yes, he needed clothes, shoes, and everything custom made because of his size. Wadlow was recognized and well known not only because of his height, but also because of his gentle and mellow personality. People that met him regarded him as a good and kind human being. Wadlow was born on February 22, 1918, and he was born in average size. But as months and years went by, he grew rapidly. He grew at an alarming rate, and in 1929, he was diagnosed that he had pituitary hypertrophy. The pituitary gland is the one responsible for producing the growth hormone. Because the gland is enlarged, it released too much growth hormone, which caused Wadlow to grow taller. By age of 8, Wadlow was a kid in adult clothing. He was already taller than his father, and by age 9, he could carry his dad with ease up and down a flight of stairs. He stood out in every sense of the word. In school, he towered over his classmates by a lot, and a special desk was created just for him. One of the most interesting memories of Wadlow was when he and his 4 siblings made a lemonade stand and used Wadlow's height to earn more money. Each time a customer bought a lemonade, Wadlow would stand up and show off his height. And this little gig worked. They earned more than $100 in one day, which would easily convert now to over $1,500. Wadlow lived a relatively peaceful and happy life. But as he grew older, he continued to grow and grow taller. He grew up to the point where he needed to wear leg braces and use a cane because his legs couldn't support his immense frame. In July 1940, a very unfortunate thing happened. Wadlow joined the Manistee National Forest Festival in Michigan, and it just so happened that his leg braces didn't fit him that well, and it rubbed a sore on his ankle. Because he had little feeling in his legs and feet, he failed to notice that his ankle had become infected. Wadlow died at the young age of 22 on July 15, 1940. He passed away in his sleep due to an autoimmune disorder that was further affected by his infection. If he didn't die early, he would have probably grown taller because until his death at the age of 22, his height continued to increase. Today, he's alive and remembered through a life-size statue of him in Upper Alton, where he lived and went to school. Number 12. Neil Fingleton. If you've seen Game of Thrones, then you probably recognize this man. Neil Fingleton was once named as Britain's tallest man, surpassing Christopher Greener that stood at 7 feet and 6 inches. Fingleton also belonged among the 25 tallest men in the world. The title was confirmed by the Guinness World Records as well. Fingleton stood at 7 feet and 7 inches, and he played a few prominent roles. He played as Mag the Mighty in Game of Thrones and also took a few roles in X-Men. Originally, Fingleton was a basketball player in the United States before he started to dabble in acting. In fact, Fingleton even achieved a scholarship at the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, and later on at another college in Worcester, Massachusetts. However, he died due to heart failure on February 26, 2017, at the young age of 36. Number 11. Sun Mingming. Born in 1983, Sun Mingming is known as one of the tallest players ever to play professional basketball. This man stood at an astounding height of 7 feet and 9 inches. Sun easily towers over Yao Ming, Manute Bol, and Sean Bradley, who are some of the tallest players in the NBA. He was born in a small town near Bayan County in Heilongjiang Province in China. He didn't start playing basketball until the age of 15, but he still excelled in it nonetheless. And add to this his impressive height. Sun Mingming's height was caused by a tumor growing in his pituitary gland. Sun didn't have insurance or money to remove the tumor, but with the help of his sports agent, he obtained enough money through a fundraiser to remove the tumor in 2005. And in August 2013, he married Shu Yan, standing at 6 feet and 1.74 inches. Together, they were dubbed by the Guinness World Records as the tallest married couple, with a combined height of 13 feet and 10.72 inches. Number 10. Paul Sturgis. Former member of the world-renowned Harlem Globetrotters, Paul Sturgis is recognized as the tallest professional player in Britain, with a height of 7 feet and 8 inches. He was also the tallest university basketball player in the United States. I'm not gonna lie, if I saw a 7'8" player on the opposing team, I'd be intimidated. After all, height is one of the best advantages you can have in basketball. And for the record, this man probably has a hard time finding shoes that can fit him. Sturgis wears a size 19 shoe. Number 9. The Great Khali. As the WWE website says, you will look up to the Great Khali whether you want to or not. Dalip Singh Rana, or the Great Khali, is an Indian professional wrestler who's best recognized for his time in WWE. With his amazing height of 7 feet and 1 inch and weight of 347 pounds, Khali is a force to be reckoned with inside the ring. However, he's also a decent actor that snatched roles in 4 Hollywood movies, 2 Bollywood films, and several TV shows. He accomplished a lot of amazing feats and managed to help his family despite being diagnosed with acromegaly, a disorder that usually causes excess growth hormones, gigantism, and chin protrusion. Number 8. Andre the Giant. Andre René Roussimoff, more commonly known by his stage and ring name Andre the Giant, was a French professional wrestler. Born on May 19, 1946, who would have thought that he would grow to 7 feet and 4 inches and weigh 520 pounds? His astounding size even caused people to give him the title of being the 8th wonder of the world. It really was amazing to see Andre in person, and I bet that he intimidated a lot of his opponents inside the ring by just standing. Andre suffered from acromegaly, which caused his enormous size. Unfortunately, he died from congestive heart failure on January 27, 1993, at the age of 46. Even after his death, Andre the Giant was immortalized by memorials, TV shows, and mementos from all that supported him in his glory days. Number 7. Brahim Tequila. A lot of people find it a hassle to buy shoes because of their shoe size. Having big feet in an Asian country can be quite rough because of the default sizing. But having small feet in a European country may mean that you need to scour the store for that one shoe that fits you that's not from the kids section. I guess it mostly comes down to genetics and regional differences. But for most people in this video, and most especially Brahim, there's no need to go to the store and search the shelves because his feet are literally 1 foot and 3 inches long. He needs shoes made especially for him, and his dilemma of clothes doesn't end there. Brahim is also 8 feet and 1 inch tall, so he also needs clothes especially tailored just for him. Brahim was born in Morocco, and he's known as the second tallest living man and the man with the largest feet in the world. Number 6. Oliver Richards. Actor, fitness model, and bodybuilder Oliver Richards stands at the height of 7 feet and 1.9 inches. Now known as the Dutch Giant, he's honored by the Guinness World Records as the tallest non-competitive bodybuilder in the entire planet. Unlike most giants, Oliver Richards doesn't have any genetic abnormalities like Marfan syndrome that caused his abnormal height. In short, he's a natural giant. Richards repeatedly expressed his gratitude for being born healthy. He took advantage of his size by building a career in the field of, well, bodybuilding, although he doesn't really compete. To maintain his amazing physique, Richards may be eating more than 7,000 calories per day. That's like 7 healthy meals each day. Number 5. Morteza Mirzad. Imagine you're playing in a competitive volleyball match and you suddenly see an 8'1" player on the enemy team. You'll probably be intimidated and surprised. This may have been the case for the past enemy teams that Morteza Mirzad encountered in his career as a volleyball player. Height is a huge advantage in most sports. A coordinated 8-foot-tall player is a welcome and valuable addition to any team. Morteza is the tallest Paralympian in the world, and the tallest person living in Iran. He's also an important asset of an Iranian sitting volleyball team as the outside hitter. As the name suggests, sitting volleyball is basically volleyball where the players are sitting and stationary. With Morteza's height and arm length, he's a force to be reckoned with on the court. Sitting volleyball was his saving grace. Morteza measured 6 feet and 2 inches at the age of 16 years old, caused by excessive growth hormones. At this time, he suffered from an injury due to a bicycle accident. His pelvis was fractured, which caused his right leg to stop growing. This accident made Morteza fall into depression, and he started to isolate himself from his family and friends. He now needed crutches and a wheelchair to move about, which made his life harder. But his passion returned when he discovered sitting volleyball, which he grew to love later on. And now it's time for today's topic. What do you think of these photos? Do you think these are fake? The females in these pictures are twice the height of the males they're with. That means they must be more than 10 feet tall. A lot of people find tall height attractive and beneficial. But of course, most people view excess as bad. And there is some truth to that. A lot of disorders are linked with abnormally tall height. There's Marfan syndrome and pituitary gigantism, which is usually the case. Abnormally tall people usually suffer from not only knee problems, but also potentially fatal heart disease. However, you will undeniably stand out among the crowd, and you'll get a few perks if you're at least 6 feet tall, especially if you live in an Asian country. Along with good posture, you'll definitely be a head-turner. In fact, there are even jobs that have a height requirement. Do you think you'll ever want to be as tall as the people in this video? And do you think it'll ever be possible for a human to grow up to 9 feet tall? As always, comment down below with the hashtag today's pick and let us know your opinion about what we just showed on screen. With that said, let's keep things moving. Before we go on, I've got a little challenge for you that'll take 5 seconds to complete. You just leave a like on this video, smash the subscribe button, and click the notification bell right now. And that's it. Try it. Number 4. Jeff Dabe. Imagine the arms and hands of the Incredible Hulk. Now imagine a normal human having it. That's pretty much how Jeff Dave is. When you look at his face up to his chest, you won't really imagine that he'll have gargantuan arms and hands. I bet some people who see his picture would even say his hands are photoshopped. This amazing man is an American wrestler with forearms that measure 19 inches in circumference, and his hands are big enough to fit a basketball in each. With his sizable arms, of course it made sense that he pursue a career in arm wrestling, and let me tell you, it's pretty much game over once you have a match with him. He won so many titles and belts among competitive arm wrestling matches. But the crowd favorite so far is Popeye. And not gonna lie, I can see the resemblance. He had an injury in his right elbow which forced him to retire from arm wrestling for a while. But after a few years, he has his grip back on the arm wrestling community. But this time, he's using his left arm. Number 3. Sultan Kozan. Born on December 10, 1982, Sultan Kozan is a farmer from Mardin, Turkey that holds the Guinness World Record title of being the tallest living male in the world, with a height of 8 feet and 2.82 inches. Kozan suffers from acromegaly, or excess production of growth hormone, which is caused by a tumor in his pituitary gland. Because of his height, his lower body can't properly support his gargantuan frame, and he needs the assistance and support of crutches to walk and move about. In all of written history, he is the 7th tallest man. It's quite amazing just how tall he is. In fact, in 2004, people all around the world were amused to see 8-foot-tall Kozan standing beside the shortest person in the world, Chandra Dangi, who's 1 feet and 9.5 inches tall. Number 2. Rumeysa Gelgi. Born January 1, 1997, 25-year-old Rumeysa Gelgi is recognized by the Guinness World Records as the tallest living woman, with a height of 7 feet and 0.7 inches. Gelgi lives in the Karabakh region of Turkey. Gelgi's height was caused by a genetic disorder called Weaver syndrome. It's a rare disorder that causes a person to rapidly grow as a toddler until their teenage years. This syndrome is seen 3 times more in men compared to women. Furthermore, this syndrome also causes skeletal, facial, and neurological abnormalities. Even today, there's no known cure for Weaver syndrome. However, supplements and pills can be given to the affected individual to manage the symptoms. Because of her condition, Gelgi needs to use a wheelchair to move around, and she can only afford to walk for a short period of time. After receiving the world record title in October 2021, Gelgi expressed her desire to use it to spread awareness about rare genetic syndromes such as hers. According to Gelgi, most people look at her curiously whenever she's outside, but most of them have been nice and respectful regarding her condition. Because of Gelgi, both the tallest man and woman on the planet are both residing in the country of Turkey. Number 1. Aaron Reed. If you've seen that movie starring Ryan Reynolds, or if you're an avid bodybuilding fan, you probably know Aaron Reed. Standing at 6 feet and 7 inches, 9-time NPC champion Aaron Reed can be considered a living giant that lives today. Reed picked up bodybuilding at a young age, and he started his journey as a young boy in Tampa, Florida. Because of his perseverance and passion, he became a wrestler in WWE and is now a renowned bodybuilder who even managed to get a few roles in TV show appearances. Reed truly is a force to be reckoned with. He not only managed to dedicate his life to improving himself, but he also beat leukemia as a kid and hepatitis during his days as a wrestler in WWE. Today, he still continues to live his life doing his passion. What do you think of these people? Would you ever want to be among the tallest people in the world? And do you know of any other giant that wasn't included in this list? Let us know about your thoughts in the comments down below. Also, check out our other cool stuff showing up on the screen right now, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, everybody.